I'm George Pennington, and I am a Freemason. I was made a Freemason September the 10th, 1987, initiated as an entered apprentice in Florence Lodge number 949 in Florence, Kentucky. That is a very interesting, I guess, subject. There was a point in my life that I was going through a really rough time, and there was a lady that worked for me, Sue McClanahan, and I guess she saw something in me worth saving. So she invited me over to their house to meet her husband and her children, and I did, and I started hanging out with her husband, Jimmy. We did some softball umpiring together, and we would hang out. And there was a point that I asked Jimmy what he was doing, and he said, "I can't tonight." And it's kind of like, "Okay, what are you doing?" And he said, "I'm going to Lodge." And I asked him, "What's Lodge?" And he explained it to me, and he belonged to Erlanger. And that piqued my interest and what he told me about it. And I finally asked him for a petition, and he said he would take care of it. And I guess he gave it to the members of Florence. I guess he figured I don't really know. But the strange thing is I give it credit to his wife for seeing something in me and introducing me to him, and through him, I became a Mason. And it was not until I was in that I found out that my grandfather, my dad's father, my Uncle Richard, my Uncle Walter, they were all Freemasons in Krypton Lodge number 904 in Perry County, Kentucky. Currently, unfortunately, I am retired. Retired from the Department of Defense as a storage specialist. Before that, I was in management supervision with a greeting card company. How to manage Lodge, family, and home is to have very supportive and understanding a spouse and family who made time for you as you made time for them. Whether I was instructing 2 or 3 nights a week, going to meetings, work days were long, but we seemed to work it out. It is absolutely takes the investment of your family to support you, and you take care of them at the same time. I would have to say, honestly, the fellowship bonds that you make, the friendships that you have created over time from your mentor, as well as being a mentor. I enjoy degree work immensely. And if it hadn't been for Robert Kirby, past master of Florence, as an EA and ready to advance and waiting for the others to be ready, he gave me the Bible lecture. And as an EA, I presented the Bible lecture to an EA. And they kept us active. They put us to work. And the fellowship, the friendships that you make over the years is just unbelievable. And then to have a brother that you admired, that you mentored, that mentored you to leave these earthly bounds is the same as losing a member of your own family, because Masonry is a family. It has its own structure. It has its blessings. Degree work I thoroughly enjoy. The meetings not so much. Sometimes they get mundane and boring, but it's that bond that you form with your fellow man and their wives and their families. And it's something I don't know that you would get in any other church, yes, but Freemasonry and the kinship, the bonding, the family, I guess that's what I enjoy most about being a Freemason. Outside of Freemasonry, being with my family, first and foremost. Um, I'm a creative type person. I always have been. I love to carve. Um, I don't do it for financial gain. A lot of the things that I carve, I wind up giving away. Um, and it's the beauty of what you see in the wood. You can start with a piece of wood and not see anything, and then all of a sudden something comes to you. Other times you see it before you even lay a blade into it. Beyond that, I enjoy muzzle loading. Belong to a black powder group, so I make powder horns, salt horns. Just enjoy being creative. Absolutely not. Yes, I have. Friendships that I hold so dear and near. Uh, Worshipful Brother David Brock, who is my junior warden at Florence, or yes, my senior warden at Florence, number 949. Mark Markham, now at Kingston. Mark Hume, Worshipful Brother Mark Hume, Worshipful Brothers Daniel Deaton, Luke Feldman, just to name a few. Brothers that I mentored, and that friendship and that bond, and it's almost a daily thing that we message each other. Our officers that are going through the line now, that I had the pleasure of mentoring or working with, and those are the things that I hold so near and dear at this moment. In thinking back to my days in Florence when I was coming through, the men that were so eager to help, to put you to work, not hold you back. Brothers Robert Phoebe, Brother Elmer Roof, Brother Herb Bass that came and did our third section of the EA, Brother Lorenz, and then over the years meeting several of the collared Grand Line officers, most worshipful past Grand Masters Don Yankee, Keith Dreyer, Greg Powell, Gary Laird, Chris Stout that I served as Grand Tyler for. These are friendships that, even though you don't stay in constant contact with them, they are there, and you really look forward to hearing from them. And when you do, it's Worshipful Brother Bill Perry, our grand historian. He and his wife Lucy just pretty much adopted me. And there's not a moment goes by that I don't think of them. A lot of the guys that were in the older men that I call them older that I am now, they were from southern and eastern Kentucky and moved up here for work. And to form those bonds and that friendship, it just floods you with memories and things that I missed from so long ago, but I still cherish to this day. And the friendships that I have now, absolutely. Things that I would change about Freemasonry, when I went through in 87, was raised in 88, men that I've spoke about, Robert Phoebe, Elmer Roof, these men contributed, encouraged, taught, would actually put you to work. And I don't know that I ever saw a pair of blue jeans or shorts And not that we need a dress code, but I think we need to consider lodge the way we would consider church. And yes, I do believe that we have become lax over the years. Um, I know that back in the 80s and early 90s, sideline discussion was an absolute no. And if you spoke without setting up, some of these older gentlemen would actually call you out. So I think we need to get back to the respect that should be shown in the lodge to rise, to be recognized, to address, keep it short, and sit down. To show our younger members what it is to function in a lodge, to open the respect that should be shown in a lodge that is probably not in any other organization. So I would really love to see us go back to learning our ritual, learning our protocol, Masonic protocol, expecting it out of ourselves more especially. When I said we have become, even myself over the years, have probably become has become lax in our behavior. And I think education, Masonic education of our degrees, the meanings of our degrees, have so much more to be taught than what we are getting out of them. The tenets of our profession, brotherly love, relief, truth. Kingston is in Berea, Kentucky. We were chartered August 29th, 1855. We currently have 95 members. Our oldest is now 94, I believe. The members of Kingston are the most giving and loving brothers that I've had the greatest pleasure to be with. We have a yearly golf scramble in memorial to a very avid golfer, member of ours, and Tom Jones. And we raise the funds for that to go to our needy families and our widows. And at Christmas, we make sure that we get families through the school resource centers and that each child has roughly $150 each towards clothing and toys. And we put, I believe, $200 worth of groceries into each household. And we work very hard for this benevolent charity, to be recognized in the community, and not for the growth of our lodge, but more importantly, for the growth of Freemasonry and what we do for our communities. Why Freemasonry? Self-improvement, community involvement, the differences that we can make in ourselves, our communities, and our nation. And if anybody is going to heal the problems we have, it needs to start, and Masonry can do it.